We'll get some reading done. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Jackie and Becky's impromptu reading sprints on a Monday afternoon. Because Jackie doesn't work today.
No, I took today off because the day after Super Bowl.
Did your team win?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Chiefs lost. That's what I wanted. I was very, very happy about that turnout. I was very excited.
I
personally liked that.
I don't watch
Cooper
sports.
Oh yeah, I'm really a fan that Cooper DeJean, I think is how you say his last name. He got a pick six, and I was like, "Fucking right, dude!" That was great. That was probably one of the highlight moments of that game. Also, the fucking long ass pass that Hurst threw, like that was just fucking beautiful. I was just like, man, that was awesome. I did not want the Chiefs to win at all.
I thought about, my sister was watching it, so I thought about just sitting in the room and reading my book, but they started and they were already like screaming out the players' names, and everybody was so loud, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm going upstairs, leave me alone.
My daughter was a fan of the halftime show. She likes Kendrick Lamar. She's a fan of him.
I've seen it all over my Instagram. I mean, didn't have to sit through a football game.
I know he sang the song he wasn't supposed to sing, and I thought that was hilarious. So,
yeah, I didn't know anything I was reading. So, speaking of reading, share what you're reading.
I'm going to be working on Helen of Troy by Margaret George. Nice big chunky book.
Is that one of your TBR books?
Yeah, I didn't complete anything last week, so I'm going to be playing catch up this week, like hardcore, because this is my TBR right there. You're looking at it. Like, that's my TBR. Look how fat some of these fuckers are.
Yeah, you chose them.
I was
reading When the Moon Hatched.
No.
Have you read that book?
No.
I
just read
that book?
Bloom by Sarah J. Parker. I just read I haven't picked anything else by her because
I read it. It was fine. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
I've heard good things about it, but when I finish that Crystal Bloom series, I'm going to physically read it. I'm not going to be listening to audiobooks because that audiobook was awful.
Yeah, that's a beast of a book, Lily.
My book is 638. So I feel you.
I liked it once the romance part kicked in. The beginning was a little meh for me, but I still wasn't all that like invested in it. I don't know if I'll read the second book or not. But I am reading Phantasma.
I'm trying to. With you,
Jackie is supposed to be buddy reading it with me, but alas, I may be DMing this book, and Jackie might just not read it at all this month.
It wasn't on my TBR, so that would have been a surprise.
It wasn't, but I remember seeing you.
Yeah, I do have that one. However, I do have What the River Knows on my TBR this month.
Oh.
Yeah, and I know you really like that book.
I did like that book.
Yeah, I feel like these 4 are gonna read fairly fast. I also have The Heartless Hunter on here for a book of the month book. So
yeah, I didn't like that book either, so you'll probably like it.
And then, of course, my alien romance, which I did see your video, your recommendation video they just uploaded.
Yeah.
Your alien romance one.
Yeah, I like alien romance, but I realized when I made that video, I'm like, wow, damn, I don't read that much alien romance after all.
I started this during Valentine's Day. I read the first one on a Valentine's Day, and so like every February since, I've read the next installment. It's just kind of a thing now.
There you go.
They're fluff. They whatever.
I mean, I read the first one. It was just fine. Mm-hmm. Everybody was making it seem like it was super, super spicy, and I read it, and I was like, oh, fuck.
It's not.
I'm like, this is not spicy.
It was for then. Me now, it's mild. So
I was like, this is what y'all. It's like I'm not even that big of a spice person.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like my spice. Don't get me wrong, but I like a good balance of plot and spice usually. And I read that, and I'm like, y'all think this is spicy? Okay,
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because it was an alien with weird
I go
appendage.
through phases where like innuendo spice is a lot more appealing than just straight graphic. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a graphic scene, but sometimes an author that can give me an innuendo. Oh, thanks, Lily. Appreciate that. Thank you. Um, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. But I like the innuendo, and then you get the spice. Like I kind of like that play.
Mhm.
I've kind of come to appreciate that after reading just like straight smut, like wham bam, thank you, ma'am, here you go, P and the V all the fucking time. I was like, man, could I get some like finesse?
Mhm.
Some, fucking playing in the dark, can I get something other than bend over, take it, have a nice
I just
day?
binge read the entire King of Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the ones that are out yet by Anna Wong.
Mm-hmm.
She does good spice.
She does. Okay.
Yeah,
I've got that series.
she does good spice. There's like in book two,
What series?
there's a Pride and Prejudice scene.
Ooh.
I was like, that's pretty hot.
So sorry, segue. You said Pride and Prejudice, and this reminded me. I don't know why it reminded me, but I just watched Midnight Mass on Netflix. It's like a horror thriller series but it's vampires. Okay, it's vampires, but it's a religious connotation with vampires. It was so fucking good. Oh my
Mhm.
god, I marathoned it in one day. I was like done. That was so
Mhm.
good. I don't know why Pride and Prejudice reminded me of that, but it did. It did.
I need to cancel my Netflix because Kristen will be proud to know that I haven't watched Bridgerton like in a month.
There's other stuff.
Yeah, but I just don't have any inclination to watch it.
Hmm. There's a lot of good mini series
It's
on
like
Netflix.
watching stuff. It just isn't my form of entertainment.
Hmm. I like watching, especially like mini series. Like I just finished The Terror, the first season, about the boat, which is based off of a Dan Cohen book. I think is the author's name. Want to read the book now.
Mm.
Naval ships lost in the Arctic. Sounds awesome. Love a winter setting. Love a good winter setting. I also 1899 is a series I want to pick up, and then there's the Heart of the Sea movie that I want to watch. But me and my husband are gonna watch that. I think we might watch that tonight because I think it'll be really good. I'm in such a weird mood lately for watching shows. I either want to rewatch the same shit, or I want
Mhm.
specific dark thriller historical shit.
That's me. I just want to watch the same shit over and over and over and over and over again.
I
I
mean,
did
I
watch Damsel though. I watched that after I read the book,
is that
so
good? Is that good?
it was fine. It
I'm
wasn't
not the
anything
biggest fan of that
spectacular.
actress.
Like it was fine to watch. Like it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it wasn't exactly
Oh,
great.
I did just watch the Count of Monte Cristo.
Mhm.
That was really good. That was really good. Guy Pearce is in it. He did a phenomenal job as Fremond. And Edmund is the guy who plays Jim Cazale, who plays
Oh,
Christ
okay.
in the Passion.
Yeah.
So good. Really good. It's a really good one. And like, I mean, the cast of the Count of Monte Cristo has been done, a bajillion fucking times. But like it was done really well. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a really
I
good
don't know.
reputation.
I'll probably cancel it and then I'll probably resubscribe when like the Twisted series comes out on
Mm,
Netflix.
yeah.
They'll probably fuck it up and ruin
Have
it.
you ever tried the anime series on Netflix, like Temple of the Gods, Blood of Zeus,
No.
Castlevania? You should try those. They're pretty
Jackie,
good.
I just don't have any desire to watch shit. Oh, my TV gets turned on when I have to do my yoga and my workouts.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, like if it isn't Bridgerton, which I don't even turn my TV on to watch Bridgerton, I watch that on my phone.
Oh, I just rewatched on my phone because I still think it's wrong that they cast him as
This is
Jesus.
so
Is
good.
why Jesus is so hot. It just feels wrong. I know your pain. I know, because after you see Jim Cazale and like anything else, you're just like, Jesus, man, I can't. Fuck, I can't. But then again, I also grew up watching Jesus Christ Superstar with Ted Neely, and Ted Neely back in the 70s was, and the man could sing, and they actually have a porn star in Jesus Christ Superstar, the original, the 1979 version. So, yeah, the guy who plays Peter, porn star in real life. Yeah, really
Wouldn't
good movie
know.
too. I've seen a couple of his films, really fucking good, totally
Of his
worth it.
pornos?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I literally looked him up when I heard that. I was like, this is false, and then it's true, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
shut up. So I looked one up and I watched it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. If you like that 70 acid wash skinny mini guy, look, it's good.
No. Shall we read?
I really think that we're the bad influence on our book club because we just went from talking about Netflix, Bridgerton, to Jesus to porn. All because you said something about Pride and Prejudice.
You see, it's not always me who goes off. It's you too.
It's us combined. It's a combined effort. That's why I love when I parodied it when I said it in my video when I was talking about the Black Hat book coven. I was like, you have Laura, who's like our resident witch, and she does all this stuff, and then you have Kristen, who's like our resident Canadian, gives all these little factoids and like cozy, and then you have me and Becky that are gonna just fuck shit up. It's great.
You know, it's like that connections game.
Yeah.
One thing leads to another, that leads to another.
Mm-hmm.
Before you know it.
Eventually, some of our followers are gonna have a bingo board of us. Like, you ever seen them on TikTok where like people are watching, like their husbands are watching football and they have bingo boards and they cross? Somebody's gonna do that of us.
Yeah.
You know, like Becky fucks with her glass. Becky falls asleep. Jackie fucks with her hair. She says the word. You know, Kristen digs at Jackie. Laura just smiles.
Laura doesn't say anything for 20 minutes.
And then throws a bombshell on us. We're like, huh? What? Rewind. All right, we're gonna read for 35 minutes.
We're gonna read for 35 minutes, and then we'll come back and pick up this weird conversation again. All right. Oh, fuck off. Okay, there we go. See you in 35.
Here.
Hold on. I was muted. I had to go.
It went well. Just figured out how to poison her. So she encountered her snakes, and she's learning her 3 gifts from snakes. So
I saw you already answered that question.
yep. Hello,
Never
Ralph.
heard of it.
I hadn't either until
How
I
many
saw the
chapters did you get read?
Huh?
How many chapters did you get read?
So this book doesn't really have like it has chapters, but like they're page break style chapters.
Jackie, you read books that just aren't traditionally formatted.
I know. So I'd say 3.
Oh.
I maybe got let's see. 15, 20 pages read.
Hmm.
No, I have spent a lot of time explaining why his books are full of bad things. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. Check it out before I pick that book up because I really like the story of the terror. But if there's like shit wrong with the books, I'll just stick with the show. So
I made it. I think I read 30. No, I read 40 pages of this.
And
She finally entered into a level of hell or level of phantasma or whatever. I don't know. Didn't really do much for me. I was kind of like, okay, whatever.
Just another book.
So I stopped reading that, and then I listened to the audiobook for our book club book, and I got like a chapter listened to of that.
Okay.
So I think I'm like 56% into that now.
That's pretty far in an audiobook.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's
Just finished Burning Girls and Other Stories by Veronica. Something excellent fairy tale retell. Ooh, I do like a good fairy tale retelling and full of rage. That could be promising.
I'm over female rage. Get enough female rage in reality.
No.
That's why I like romances. Could you just give me a happy woman for once? Jesus Christ. Like,
You know,
I just want to be happy and in love. I don't want to be full of rage.
like I go through like spells where I'm like, I just want the cozy, I want the comfortable, I want the, the cheesy. But I like stuff that'll dig my heart out. I just do. I like stuff that I can really sink my teeth into and get like absorbed in and lost in.
Oh.
I like authors that envelop me.
The book that I'm reading for April and Crystal's book club, Anathema by Carrie Lake. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. I'm so hooked into this book. I just want to fucking finish it.
Then finish it.
I want to, but
put Phantasma down, and
if I don't make a priority to read this mofo, I'm afraid. Listen, I'm not even 200 pages in, and I can tell you, I just need to stop. I just need to DNF it.
I have heard a lot of people DNF that book.
But I'm like, oh, I need to give it a shot because I've already DNF'd like 5 fucking books this month.
I'm not DNF'd anything yet, so.
And I'm just like, I need to give this a try. But I mean, have I not given it a try at 150 pages? Is that not a try?
How big is the book?
It's 500 pages. A little less than 500.
I don't know, a 500-page book, I at least get to 50%.
I'm like, should I not be invested in these characters by now? I'm giving the other book. I've already given the other book 50%.
I have to give it a decent. Now moving on, The Devil Is Here and
These sound like some dark books.
These sound like some decent books. Hold the phone. I'm gonna look this one up.
These are Jackie type books,
Yeah.
not Becky
Me and
type.
Raph get along. We're gonna get along here just fine.
Yeah.
Hey babe, will you grab my charger? Because my battery's about to die.
Oh, your husband's home from work?
Yeah, he's home. He's
So did
not
you
feeling
both
good,
take the
so he
day
called
off?
in.
Oh.
Well, my laptop
What?
charger.
Not because of the Super Bowl delay?
No, he didn't even, he worked last night.
Uh,
No, he just, thanks, babe.
like, I don't want a DNF or book club book either. Something's wrong with me.
I think you're just DNF happy.
I'm just like, because it can't be, I'm blaming the books. It's got to be the books because I'm loving Anathema, or however the fuck you say it. I'm loving that one. Like, I don't want to put that one down. I just finished reading a book for my, it's nonfiction. Oh, good Lord, you lost me right there.
I don't mind nonfiction books. I like nonfiction from time to time. Time to time, it's okay.
I have a couple nonfictions on my TBR shelf.
There was a couple nonfictions I had to read for school that I really enjoyed. God, what was it called? I think it was just called Salt.
What?
It was about the history of salt. But it was really fucking good. Like, salt literally changed the face of everything.
Oh yeah, I think I watched a documentary on that actually.
Yeah.
I'm much more, when it comes to nonfiction, I'm much more of a watch it type thing. I love documentaries.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy reading nonfiction as much as I like watching it.
Yeah.
My sister is completely the opposite. My sister can read nonfiction, but she would rather watch like other shit.
I like murder documentaries, watching them. I don't like reading murder documentary books. Like, I read what was it? It was an O.J. Simpson book. Marcia Clark's book. I actually read her book. Not the biggest fan. But I like watching stuff about murder documentaries, stuff like that. I usually have like 3 books going. I have an audio.
I currently have 3 books going too.
Yeah. I have an audio, a Kindle, and then a physical, usually. Is how I go.
That's usually what I try to do too.
Audio for my car trips, Kindle for, ease of carrying, unless my physical book is a small book to carry. Because my Kindle fits in all my bags. Every single purse I have fits my Kindle. So,
although I don't know if it's just my mood or what, but I'm like, if I can get it on audio, I want to listen to it that way. I don't want to read a physical book. I'm just in a weird mood.
There are some books that I'm like, no, like, Beautiful Creatures is fine on audio, but like, I read Empire the Vampire physically, then I listened to it on audio. I preferred reading it physically just because it was so long. Like, super long books, not really wanting to do big, long audiobooks. I don't want to listen to somebody talk that fucking long.
I mean, I like the audiobooks because I can do other things while I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
I wanted to get this one on audio, but I couldn't find it on audio anywhere other than Audible, and I didn't want to buy it through Audible. So I was like, well, looks like I'm reading it physically. The good news is I didn't buy this book. I won it from Crystal's readathon, so.
Okay.
I didn't spend money on this
I'm just going to be honest. I picked that book from Book of the Month because of the fucking cover. Like, I didn't even read the synopsis of that book. I just grabbed it because it's a straight cover for me.
If I'm not enjoying it, chances are good that you will probably enjoy it.
Yeah, we have that kind of effect.
Because that's just the way it rolls.
Yeah, very few books have ever crossed boundaries with us where it's like, we both fucking enjoyed this. which was weird because we like when we did the tier ranking, we put 2 books the exact same spots, didn't we? 2 or 3?
Probably. 2 or
Yeah.
3. So, I don't know. That's why you're there, Jackie, to balance out me.
Yep. And to fuck shit up. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just read Raph's comment that he listens to audiobooks at the gym. Yeah. So I 100% agree with that. There are some books that don't work at gyms. Smut books are another one that just doesn't fucking work at a gym. They don't. They absolutely don't. And I'm going to tell you what God knows, especially like mafia romances, or if you have any type of like sports romance ones. Oh my God, no. Because you get a fucking gym scene and you're sitting here and I will straight up, I'll be walking on the cardio machine like when I actually went to the gym, because I actually used to go to the gym, believe it or not. I have a gym membership. I just don't fucking use it, obviously. Uh, but like there's some scenes I'll be walking on like the little cardio machine or whatever, and then shit'll get said. I'll be like, "I'm sorry, what?" And never fails. There'll be some dude in the gym or some chick. I'm like, "That is this person right now. I don't care what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to watch this person while listening to
You're
this."
just walking along, and the
Yes,
smut scene comes, and you lift your head and make eye contact.
Yeah, smut books do not work well in the gym. Now going for like an outside walk, they're fine. But I prefer music when I work out. I prefer music for sure than books because I like to concentrate on the book.
I can't work out and listen to an audiobook. That's something I can't do.
Yeah, it depends on the book. I've gotten through a few books while working out. And one of my challenges is actually to listen to a book entirely while working out. So that'll be really interesting. I'll have to pick something. Maybe I'll pick a self-help book, or something. But
I mean, I can do most things while listening to an audiobook, but for some reason, like, I guess because I'm watching my workout on the TV, I can't have the contrasting audios.
okay, yeah. I like listening to books while driving. I like that. Because driving to me is muscle memory.
Mm-hmm. My sister does that.
Yep. Or if I'm doing like a task that I've done a bajillion times.
Yeah,
try the Old Testament works. I'm sure it does. Oh my God.
I'd probably fall asleep listening to that.
That's fucking great. Oh my God. You need to come to more of our live shows, dude. You're hilarious. That's fucking great. Oh, try the Old Testament. Fucking A. That's when all the cool shit happens, though. I'll probably get distracted.
I tried to read the Bible once upon a time,
Mm-hmm.
and I just couldn't do it.
I went to a Catholic high school, so in a matter of 4 years, I read the entirety of the Bible in some form or another. Never directly sat down and read it from cover to cover, though. But
I read like the old with the these and the thou's and the haveths, and
yeah,
I read that version, and I was like, I can't do this. My brain hurts.
I also used to teach catechism school, so yeah, like I've done my research. I've done it. I even have a little Bible passage app on my phone. I get a Bible passage every day.
Yeah. See, I need like the I could read like children's Bible books.
Yep.
Are fine.
I have always found people. Okay, so
James for the win.
This is a fucking flex that I don't think people realize is a flex. People who can quote Bible passages like off the top of their fucking head, verse 2-8, Paul, Corinthians chapter 12, verse 12. Like they can quote that shit. That's a fucking flex if I ever saw one, because I can't do that in fucking books. And I read a shit ton of books. I can't even
quote my favorite lines from my favorite book, because my brain
lines from books, from movies, but you're going to sit here and quote some random 3 phrase fucking thing and then tell me exactly where to go fucking find this thing. You know, most of the time people that can do this piss me off because they're annoying as shit, but I gotta give credit where credit's due. If you can do that, props, dude. Props.
Well, I mean, they could do it, and I would still be like, I would never be able to tell if what they were saying was actually what it was, or if they were just paraphrasing.
I would go fucking look it up because I'm that
I'm
big.
like, okay, whatever.
You're like, hold up, let me look that up.
I
Okay,
did. I read my Book of the Dead that I got in Egypt, and apparently, I had no fucking clue what the Book of the Dead was
Really?
because it was not what I thought it was going to be. It was literally like it reminded me of trying to read the Bible because that's pretty much it was a book. And it wasn't just one singular book, like people had their own copies of the Book of the Dead that they commissioned. And so it was written specifically for them,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just full of like spells, prayers, instructions on how to navigate their afterlife and all this jazz. And it was full of these and thou's and habits, and I was like, oh my god, this is like trying to read the Bible. No, thank you.
All right, Raph, you just told me to not look this up. That's the surefire way for me to fucking look some shit up. All
Yeah,
right.
I won't look it up.
When the Lord began to speak with Hosea, the Lord said to Hosea, I'm probably saying that wrong, go get yourself a woman of prostitution and a children of prostitution, for the land prostitutes itself, turning away from the Lord. That's hilarious.
It's self-help for dead people. Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Yep.
Self-help for dead people.
Yep. It's the death manual. It's the
It
fucking
is. That's
manual
what
for
it
Beetlejuice.
was. And I apparently did not know, because I thought the Book of the Dead was just like one. I thought it was like a literal Bible. Like this is it. This is the
Yep.
version you're gonna. But no, apparently it was something different for like rich people would commission their own, full of spells specific to them, and like how to navigate their specific afterlife and things like that. I found it interesting because I learned a lot, and some parts of it were funny, but it wasn't exactly fun to read.
Hmm.
But it was interesting. That, and there were a lot of like Egyptian gods mentioned, and so trying to keep them straight in my brain.
Oh God, those. Hmm.
Like some of them I knew, but then some of them I was like, I don't know which one that is.
Yeah, unless they're one of the big five, I'm like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, no.
I just don't.
It was, and thank God it wasn't that long. It was only like 120 some pages, and there were pictures.
Pictures are nice.
But definitely, definitely not. I don't know what the fuck I thought the Book of the Dead was. I guess I thought it was going to be the Mummy, and I was going to open it up to like a bunch of spells and shit. That was not what I opened it up to.
Did it have a key that you needed a special key to unlock?
No, unfortunately. That would have been fucking cool, though.
That would have been cool. Joseph Smith bought some bits of the Book of the Dead and translated them as Book of Abraham. Oh, 100% believe that. 100% believe that. Joseph Smith, that guy, oh my God.
No.
That story is just fucking chaos.
I'm just like, religious texts are so wordy.
Yeah. They are.
I'm like, y'all talk too much.
Well, it's just the language back then. Like,
It is. It's like, good grief.
yeah. It's probably why the same reason why you don't like Greek stuff too, because they do the same thing.
That's why I don't like classics either, because
they beat around the bush.
They
all
do.
the time.
They describe shit that could easily be condensed
Yeah.
in one, and I'm just like, my brain just does not work that way. My brain is modern and it speaks in modern, and she doesn't like your ancient talk.
Yeah. I can revert back and forth. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to read classics all the fucking time. Like, if I had to read classics 24/7, I'd be like, what the fuck? Get over it. Like, give me something blunt in your face. But I also like when authors can kind of give me the trail around the forest and then put me in the forest, because then I get the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
But Don't do what I do and say the same thing 6 different times, 6 different ways, because I do that all the time. I'm fully aware of this about myself.
Well,
I'm
and
really bad about
they're so descriptive, and I'm a
it.
dialogue reader, so
Yeah. Hmm.
it's like, can I just get to the fucking, just talk to characters talk. You
Yeah.
just talk to one another, and I can pick up on the context of what the fuck is going on and what you're trying to say and what you're trying to describe. I don't need this long paragraph of the curtains are blue.
Um, I don't know. Like, I feel like I like the ambiance. I'm an ambiance reader more than a dialogue, but you have to have dialogue. Like, you can't just give me this fucking gorgeous scenery and not do anything with it. Like, if you're gonna give me all this detail, make sure it's included in the action and in the dialogue at the same time.
Never heard of it. Shocker. But it's got werewolves and sex and
Is
magic.
SatyrCon? I've never heard of that.
Me neither.
Well, damn it, Raph, you're making my TBR grow now, motherfucker. Rude.
I don't think I've read a classic that I've enjoyed. Like I read like 1984 and I was just like, "Oh
Oh,
my god, this book." But I got through it, which was much more than I could say for a lot of classics. I tried to read like Pride and Prejudice, Jane Eyre, Wuthering
mm,
Heights, could not even finish them.
yeah, I don't.
When people ask me what my favorite classic is, I say Charlotte's Web
I love chocolate.
because I'm like, I just can't do it.
The author of this is
I'm
Petronius.
not.
That's awesome.
Isn't that a Harry Potter thing?
I, I'm pretty sure I'm saying the word wrong, but it looks like Patronus.
Patronus.
Yeah.
No, never.
It's also a translated work, so it's nice.
Mm,
A lot of classics are translated, though.
well, yeah. Mm,
Oh, you want to do another sprint? Another reading one?
yeah, we should at least get an hour of reading in.
Yep.
All right, see you in 35.
All right.
I'm here.
Hello.
We finished a chapter.
Mm.
Oh my god. I am now up to page. God damn, I can't even see what it is. 184.
I am to page 151. So I read like another 20 pages.
This girl just finished her second trial, and I'm just like, that's it? Really? That was the trial? Like, are all the trials gonna be like this? I'm just gonna be like, that's it? Really? Okay.
Yeah. Helen just finally encountered Aphrodite because she's been without her gift for entirety of her marriage, which is basically, just the desire effect. Like, she loves Menelaus, but she's not like, there's no passion. And so now she's getting bestowed with passion, but I feel that there's a twist because, she falls in love with Paris. So, yeah. All that jazz.
How much further you gotta go?
Oh, God. Shit ton.
Still a ton?
Oh, God. Yeah. See? Like, this is what I have to read.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Damn, Jackie.
Yeah. So.
I got a couple more chapters. Listen to the audiobook for our book club pick. So
There you go.
60% now on that.
What are you listening to on? Like, what speed?
At this point, 3 times.
I'm a 1.5 on Beautiful Creatures.
Because at 2 times, I was like, oh my god. I'm like, I need to get through this book. So 3 times it is.
I have that book on Kindle. I'm going to read it on Kindle. I usually like to have a physical copy of our book club books, but I'm just trying to save money. So I got it on Kindle. So it was free on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my god, my cat is. Stop licking yourself, you little bitch. It does depend on the narrator.
Uh-huh.
And this narrator, like, it's only singularly narrated. And it's like, it's not the worst because she does try to change up her voice a little bit. But it's not the narrator so much as it's the story. Like, I swear it's very similar to this. It's trials. She goes through trials. And the trials, I'm just like, really? Maybe I just don't like trial books anymore. Like, I liked Caravels. I don't know why I liked Caravels. Maybe it was the writing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or I liked the characters. I think it helps if I'm like really into the characters. Because then I can. If I like characters, I can forgive a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, like this book. Shit. Sorry. This book, like, it's literally from like birth to I think her death. Like, that's how Margaret George writes. She tends to write from the birth of that historical character to the death of the historical character. So it's like the whole lifespan. So right now she's Helen of Sparta because that's where she's from.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to Helen of Troy yet. So, like, we just encountered the name of Paris, but we don't know who he is yet. But now I want to go watch Troy again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, making you yawn too.
No, it's not you.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm tired. I started taking iron supplements because I thought maybe because I know I lack iron. I know I do not eat enough foods with natural iron in them.
Oh, I am iron deficient all the time.
So I thought maybe if I started taking iron supplements, it would help me be less tired and have like a little more energy. And I honestly don't think they're working. Because I am not more energetic, nor am I less tired.
I think it's just the weather for me today. It's a cloudy day. It's the end of a 4-day week. Like, I took Friday off And then I was off Saturday and Sunday. And I took the day off.
Do you get, is next Monday that President's Day holiday?
Yeah, we get that off
Do
too.
you get that off?
Yeah. I took last Friday off because it was my daughter's regionals for bowling. So it was an all day thing. And I haven't really recovered from that because that's very loud.
It's very loud, yeah.
Oh my God. It's not as bad as the tournaments because it's just the girls regional, but oh my God. We're talking, how many lanes does Kingpin have? 30 something lanes. And every lane has 5 bowlers on it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just constant. And they're 6 games of 10 frames each. So 3 games, lunch, 3 games. It's, yeah.
Make your headphones next time.
You, even if with headphones, you can't hear anything. You just can't. You just have balls clashing. And then, did you know there's cheers? They cheer at bowling. Oh my God, there's chants.
Oh, you're from Germany? Awesome possum. Well, thanks for tuning in all the way from Germany.
Frostbitten. It's cold here too.
It's cold here. It's like 30, I want to say 35 here, which probably means it's like, I don't know, like 2 degrees Celsius. I'm guessing.
Something like that, yeah. I think we looked that up. I think it's like a 30-something degree difference.
Yeah, it's probably like 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. But the sun is shining, and I had to go outside and I had to rake up like all the trash that collects in our street gutter.
Ew.
So I actually got outside today.
I was going to, but
which is more than I could say for other days.
It was bright today, like this morning when I took Elizabeth to school, but now it's dark and dreary.
Mm-hmm.
Getting dreary.
I was supposed to go to a book event on Saturday to get a book. I think I'm gonna cancel it because it was a free event. You just had to pay for the book.
What book were you getting?
I can't even remember the title of it. It was by Bella Matthews. Bella Matthews.
Oh.
It was a romance between like a singer and an MMA fighter was like her bodyguard or something like that.
Mm.
But the book was really pretty, but it was $40.
Ew.
And I also have like 2 things I'm doing. Not this weekend, but the weekend after.
Mm-hmm.
2 bookish things I'm doing. So I think I'm just gonna cancel that.
Mm. It's still freezing at night here too.
We had freezing rain the other day.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be going to this book. I don't know what it's a book brunch thing.
Ooh.
It has like a bunch of bookish activities, and I guess there's like a goodie bag or something. So my sister and I are going to that, and then we're gonna go do a hop on hop off trolley tour of South Jersey for Black History Month and check out like a bunch of Black owned businesses and hear about like the history of stuff down there.
In March, we're doing a medieval times event. Me and Elizabeth are. We're going to go up to Schaumburg and see one of those. And then there's this little, it looks like a Parisian cafe straight out of Marie Antoinette. Like, it's so fucking adorable. And it's like an hour away from Schaumburg going south. So we're going to stop there and have brunch on the way home as like a little spring break trip.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe seeing a magician. There's a magician in Gatlin.
I saw a reel came up on my Instagram. It was like for that torture museum. You went there.
It's for cool. So,
I was like, hey, I think that's where Jackie went.
Yeah, it was. So funny story about that. My daughter was in world history, and her world history teacher is the same teacher I had in high school. Okay, she goes to the same school I did, and it's the same teacher. But Mrs. Hall had just started teaching when I went to high school, So she's, she's been there for quite a long time. Uh, but anyway, so Elizabeth was talking to her and she was like, Miss Hall, do you have a favorite torture technique? And the class just kind of looked at her like, the fuck? And,
I mean, that's how we all looked at you.
yeah. Miss Hall was just like, I'm sorry. What did you ask? She's like, well, the reason I ask is because me and my mom, we went to, and Miss Hall knows that I'm her mom. So she knows that I'm a former student. She's like, well, we went to this torture museum in Chicago that she had mentioned earlier in the day that this place existed. And she's like, well, we went there. And I was wondering if you had a favorite. She's like, I never really thought about it. And she's like, do you have a favorite? And she's like, yeah, I like drawn and quartering. That's my favorite. But she's like, let me guess, Jackie has a favorite too. She's like, yeah, it's the Blood Eagle. And when Elizabeth told me that, I was like, that's so funny because Becky just sent me a reel of the torture technique of the fucking mouthpiece thing. I was like, that's great.
I did.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Instagram really trying to get me interested in Jackie's passions.
Yep. Yeah. My Instagram For You page is right now nothing but baseball reels.
The
motorcycle
actual,
reels. That's what it is.
On Instagram, is it called a For You page on Instagram?
Yeah, that main page. I think it's what it's called, For You page.
Yeah, it always goes by what I search most.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, reels, I just click the reels tab and I'll just scroll and just find random shit, and it's never anything that I'm really looking for.
Like, I don't actually go and search things ever. I just come across and then it goes down a rabbit hole after that.
No.
Like, I find a reel.
My For You page is still stuck on Bridgerton stuff, and most recently on a Wong stuff.
So. I have that app, that Real Short app. I don't know if you've seen those with like the little videos. They're like little like minute clips of films, and they're like a little mini series. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's called the Real Short app or True Drama Box, and there's a couple of them. Some of them have really good acting. Others have really shitty acting, but they're like really quick little romance stories. I just finished one of those today. It was nice. Mm-hmm. It was a student-teacher relationship one. I'm like, I should read another one of those.
You should have been in one of those?
I should have read another one of those. No. I did not have any professors that were anywhere close to me doing anything like that with, ever.
Yeah. One of my perfect. That's not true.
I was also not that girl.
I think I had a crush on like one of my teachers in high school.
Yeah, I was never that girl.
But I was never like a flirty girl, so
yeah.
Other than that, like none of my college professors, when I was actually old enough to, do anything, they were all old and crusty.
Pretty much, yeah. So I was never that girl. Now, if my professors look like the guys that I read about, yeah.
I still don't think I'd be that girl because I'm just too shy.
I mean, I wouldn't try to get.
Of course, based on that, I'd probably be the girl that they went after.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all the shy bitches, and I'm like, please, y'all, what? I'm like, no, he is not picking you out of a fucking crowd because you're shy and you downcast your eyes. No, I'm sorry, it's not happening. Yeah. It's bullshit because it certainly never happened to me.
Secondhand vinyl records and people drinking beer, and I have that at home, so I don't check.
Yeah.
There you go. Do you have a boot? Like, do you drink out of a boot, Raph? Because if you do, that's awesome. The glass boot.
I like when I get reels from people from other countries. Except for the ones that are like, oh my God, life here in Switzerland is so much better than life in America. I'm like, I know, but shut up. I'm like, I'm like, whatever, suck it, okay? Stop rubbing it in.
My backup plan is just to move to Svalbard. Like that's my backup plan. Like if everything fails here, I'm just fucking packing up and I'm moving there. I'm gonna just move there.
I like the ones who are honest and they're like, yeah, we have this and this and this. It's better than America, but we also have this and this and this that is worse than America. And I'm like, thank you for making it realistic and not being like, oh my God, our country is like so much better. I'm like, trust me.
Oh, he does. Okay. I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. The horn's cool too, though. The horn's cool too. So.
I was supposed to go to Germany in high school for my German class, but I was the only kid who signed up for the trip, so it never happened.
I've been to England. That's where I've been. I would like to go to Germany. I'd like to go to France. I like to go to Spain. I like to just go over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Trying to get my next vacation paid off.
We need to talk about our Canadian trip. No one said anything about
Girl,
the little cabin.
You get that shit scheduled, Jackie. Set it up, schedule it.
Shitty at that. I'm so shitty at that stuff, guys. Like legit. Kristen's gonna have to handle that. If we're going to Canada, Kristen's gonna have to schedule that shit.
I'm like, I get tired of scheduling stuff for people because it's never me who's the problem. Like I have a nice job where I don't have to request time off, blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
I can pretty much afford it if you give me enough time.
Yeah.
I can save up the money for it.
Well, I'm thinking like 4 days. That's what I was thinking, like a little 4-day trip.
Mm-hmm.
But the place I found, like
I honestly didn't click the link. I just saw cabin and I was like, yeah, that sounds nice. I'm like, I don't care.
I want to go to fucking Athens. God damn it, Rav. You're ugh. Rude.
I've never been. I am going to Tanzania in July.
Where?
Tanzania.
The fuck is that?
East Africa.
Oh my god.
Very tropical. The waters there look very nice and blue.
One of Elizabeth's best friends, her family is originally from Africa. I don't know what country though in it. I cannot remember off the top of my head.
Oh my god, when we were going to Egypt, my sister's boyfriend, he said something and I'm like, well, we're gonna be in Africa. He's like, Egypt isn't in Africa. I'm like, yes, the fuck it is. I'm like, do you not know where Egypt is? And then I was talking to my sister-in-law and I was like, yeah, I'm going back to Africa. She's like, back? Have you been there before? I'm like, I just came back from Egypt. She's like, Egypt's in Africa? I'm like, how in the fuck do y'all not know that Egypt is in Africa? Like, of all the countries that you could not know are in Africa, Egypt? You don't know that's in Africa?
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, my geography isn't great. If you asked me to name other countries in Africa, I could probably name you a couple.
Lauren wants to go to Scotland.
But
he wants to do Scotland.
Scotland is great.
I want to go to Scotland too.
Kenya. Yeah, see there, I know Kenya. I know Kenya, and I'm pretty sure Ghana is its own country.
Ghana. Isn't Jordan?
I know South Africa.
Isn't Jordan in Africa?
I'm pretty sure Jordan's in Africa, yeah. Madagascar.
Yeah. Zimbabwe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's another one. What's that fucking called?
Chad.
Chad. Yeah. I was like, get the fucking name.
It's like, but if you ask me to pinpoint them on a map, fuck no.
No.
Sorry. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But yeah, I was just amazed. I was like, y'all really, really didn't know that Egypt was in Africa. Wow.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Now I want to go to Greece really bad, in Italy. I want to go over there.
I got invited to go on a cruise to Italy in 2026.
Ooh.
My sister's friends were like, hey, anybody want to do this? I was like, dude, I haven't paid off my next vacation yet.
All the money for those kind of vacations.
I gotta get, oh my god. So I really like the Trova trip thing, because you only have to put down like, depending on what the cost of it is, you only have to put down like 25% right then. So the last two, I think it was like $600 I had to put down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like 3 months until the actual 90 days before the thing to pay it off.
Mm.
And so I've been able to pay it off like $200 every couple months until I get it down. But I did not look at flights. And the flight is gonna cost almost as much as the fucking trip itself.
To Tanzania.
Yeah. And I'm gonna die.
How much is that?
I think it's gonna cost me like $1,200.
Round trip or one way?
Round trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what New Zealand was. We wanted to do New Zealand. I want to go to New Zealand. Um, I want to do that, and their tickets are like 1,400. Oh, okay. I guess that makes
Jordan
sense.
then. I
Technically,
thought Jordan was in Africa.
I don't know. I've never been on
I
this
don't
side.
know. Fuck, I don't know.
I've literally been to England. I've been to
Again,
England and St. Croix. The only ever times I've ever been
my
off continent.
American geography skills.
Yeah.
I could name all 50 states. And I could map them correctly, but don't ask me much of that. Scotland was beautiful. I loved Scotland. And that was relatively cheap because we went like 2021. So it was right after they dropped their COVID restrictions. And not a lot of people were traveling then, so it was relatively cheap.
Lauren wants to do COVID. Scotland.
Again?
No.
Yeah.
No. Let's not do COVID again.
My sister and I just did we stayed mostly in Edinburgh. Because she didn't feel comfortable driving because they drive on the opposite side over there.
They do in St. Croix too. My husband didn't know that until we got in the fucking car.
Really?
Yeah. They are left-sided driving vehicles.
Yeah.
But they drive on the other side of the road.
Yeah. Yeah, so. She wasn't comfortable with that. So we pretty much stayed in Edinburgh and we took a tour up to Loch Ness and through Inverness. But aside from that, but when my sister and my brother went, they rented a car and they drove all like a big loop around. And they enjoyed that. I was like, well, if I could drive, I probably would have done that too. But so
no, I want to do an Alaskan cruise. I want to do that too.
My sister just got back. Well, not back. She did that in July. So she said that was more expensive than going to Egypt.
Okay.
She's like, that damn cruise cost me more money than going to Egypt. Edinburgh is nice.
Why do I feel like you know more about that than just from hearsay?
And we really didn't. Well, we stayed in like a guest house that was closer to the sea. So we weren't right in the Edinburgh city center. So we really didn't deal with all that. But they have a hell of a lot of bookstores there. I didn't even go to all of them. I only went to 8 of them.
Oh, God. When I was in England, we saw everything. Like, we were just like, bam, 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 bam. All this shit. Like, Stonehenge, Tower of London, Trafalgar Square, British Museum, National Art Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had to fly through the British Museum. Like, I walked in. The fucking Rosetta Stone is literally the first thing you freaking see. And I'm like, cool, Rosetta Stone. Beeline this way. Because you have to, like, move with the crowds of fucking people.
Yeah.
Because we only had so many hours at the British Museum. I'm like, do you realize how big this fucking museum is? And you're giving me 4 hours.
I'm not, like, I love museums, but I'm not a, like, stop and read the placards type person.
Certain pieces I was.
I'm like, cool. I, like, look at it, and then I'm like, okay, next. And then I look at it. And like,
the Rosetta Stone, obviously, I did that. The Aegean marbles I did. And the...
I did go to the castle. I had afternoon tea at the castle and a tour.
There you go. And then the Egyptian stuff I did. But most of the other stuff I was just kind of like, yeah. And then we went to the National Art Gallery where I got to see the Starry Night. And they gave us like 5 hours there. And I'm like, okay. I stood and looked at the Starry Night probably for like 30 minutes. I just sat there because there's a bench right in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I just want to look at this painting because I actually know this painting.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm just like, okay, I saw it.
It was actually kind of cool though. Like, don't get me wrong, because I'm walking around and there were other paintings. I can't tell you the names of the paintings or the artists of the paintings, but I know I've seen the paintings before. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking, I'm like, I've seen this in an art book. I've seen this one in my art book. I saw this when I was in sixth grade in an art
Yeah.
class. Like, I remember when I first saw the painting, I'm like, oh, this is what that thing looks like. And then you see how big they actually are. They're like this fucking big. Starry Night's fucking huge. It's a wall.
Yeah.
But it, like, it's just kind of crazy about how that works.
I've
And then
never
the people that aren't scared of
been
anybody.
to London.
Somehow my one trip to London was very different.
My sister's been to London. I have not.
Yeah. Although I have to
I've
admit,
been to the airport.
yeah, the coolest thing I saw in London, and it's so the coolest thing to me. Like, I saw a bunch of cool ass shit. Don't get me wrong, but there was one item that people were like, "Why are you so excited about this? Like, seriously, this is what." We were on. It was the first day. We're on a little bus guided tour, just kind of driving all around the city of London, and our tour guide stops us at this house, and he's like, "Does anybody know why this door is famous?" Now, mind you, this is when Goblet of Fire had just released in theaters. So Harry Potter sensation is still crazy. And everyone's guessing like Harry Potter related references. And I'm looking at this door. I'm like, I know this door. I'm like, this is Bob Crack. This is Scrooge's door from George C. Scott's A Christmas Carol. And he's like, how in the hell do you know? I'm like, because I watch that thing every Christmas Eve. So that was probably one of the coolest things I got to see because it is literally at the end of a fucking alley. It's somebody's house. It's nothing. It's nothing fancy, nothing crazy. It's just a green door with this lion motif door knocker. And I'm like, that's Scrooge's house. That's Scrooge's door. And he's like, no one ever gets that. I was like, well, leave it to the fucking American to get it. That's great.
Well, you knew something.
Yeah, I did. I was very proud of myself on that. I was very, very proud of myself.
I really appreciated going on that Trova trip to Egypt because I feel like if I had gone to Egypt on my own or even with my sister, I never would have left Cairo.
Really?
Yeah. So to see and do like
So is it like a planned excursion? Everything it's already all planned out? Okay.
yeah. Everything's planned, all the transportation is included, all the places that we slept was included, most of our food was included.
There you go.
It was really cool. The only things that weren't included that we paid extra for were like our trip to Philae Island and our hot air balloon ride,
Nice.
which was hella cheaper. Because I've always wanted to do that, but here
Yeah.
in the US, it was like, you know, damn near $200 for like 15 minutes over New Jersey. The fuck I want to fly over New Jersey for 15 minutes for $200? No, thank
I
you.
don't know how much it is. There's a
But it cost me $120. We were up there for a good at least 30 minutes. And it was over the Sahara Desert and the Valley of the Kings.
there you go. Did you see anybody walking in the desert?
I mean, there were lots of people in the desert
People I just find
because it's literally there. And then, like, next to the desert is like all the fields where they grow food and crops and shit. And then next to that are the homes. And then there's the Nile River. And we landed in the desert.
We landed in the desert. You get stranded in the desert at least?
Nope. Because they had vehicles there to take us back to our bus.
There you go.
It was pretty cool. Glad I did it. Kind of wondering what my trip to Tanzania is going to be like. Well, I know what it's going to be like. I know what we're going to do. We're going to be doing like a lot of beachy stuff.
Okay.
But,
Beaches are nice.
yeah.
Unless you're pale like me, and then
I had to look it up. I was like, where the fuck is Zanzibar?
Is
at?
it-
And then
Now,
I looked it up. I was like,
Tanzania
oh,
too?
look at this blue water and this tropical. Hell yeah, let's go there.
Is Tanzania a Trova trip too?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'll have to look this up because I don't know what Trova is.
It's like influencer. It's like influencer vacations. Like they work with influencers.
Oh, okay.
So I would have liked to go to Norway with Gavin as well, but that one was a little bit too expensive for me. So couldn't do that.
Nice.
But yeah, I just want to travel. See the world.
Why'd you become a flight attendant?
Because I don't think I want to be in a plane all that often.
Oh.
I don't know. I want to deal with people. Freddie Mercury was in Zanzibar. Okay.
Yeah, I knew that.
Nope. I had to look it up on a map. Because I didn't even
knew
know.
Freddie Mercury was born in Zanzibar. I just don't know where Zanzibar is at.
It'll be my first time traveling south of the equator, though.
Oh!
Mm-hmm.
The drains go the opposite direction.
So I hear.
Yeah.
So it'll be summer when I go, so it'll be their winter.
Gross.
I think, but it's like it'll be like warm winter because it's like right by the equator.
Yeah.
Which is probably a better time to go than in the summer when I'm sure it would be hella hotter.
Ugh.
So that'll be an interesting experience.
Yeah.
I just gotta pay it off and then buy my ticket.
Yeah.
Which I will. I just gotta.
I have family shit to do, so I signed to all these fun trips. I had to be there for my daughter to go to her games and stuff.
You better get on that Canada trip planning, Jackie.
I think I'm gonna talk to Laura, Kristen, and be like, Kristen, you and I need to figure this out. Like, you find the place, I found a cabin, you let me know if that's a good area, and then we'll figure this shit out.
You just set it up and tell me how much it's gonna cost me for my share.
I'm bad at that shit.
And I'll be there.
I'm so bad at that.
Oh, I'm great at it. It's just anytime I fucking try and like herd people together, somebody always backs out, and I'm just like, for fuck's sake.
Well, you could probably do. I think we're all on board. I think you could just do it. I think we're all on board.
I'm like,
we want to do it. Just none of us want to take the proactive to do it because
people be like, oh my gosh, I can't get time off work. Or, oh my gosh, I can't afford it. Or, oh my gosh, family, this blah blah. I'm like, I usually give people a year in advance. Just like fucking figure it out.
I get it.
So that's why I've stopped like coordinating.
I gotta go pick up Lizzie here in a little bit, so I'm going.
All right. Well, we should probably end this live show anyway. Yeah. I'm glad we at least got an hour of reading in.
Yeah,
well, actually, an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah,
to be exact.
I gotta finish working on my video because it finally uploaded my stuff, so I gotta edit it or the one thing I gotta do to it. I gotta put a clip in a book that I'm referencing, and then throw that puppy up. So,
well, thanks to whoever stopped by, Rolf and Lily. I think you popped in earlier. So thanks for talking with us and chatting with us. And anybody else who was here who didn't feel like chatting, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for the ad, Lily. I appreciate it.
We have reading sprints on Jackie's channel for our book club next
Sunday.
Next Sunday? Yeah, next Sunday. So
at what time? 4?
Oh, it can't be 4.
Is it 5?
Let me look real quick.
I think it's 5 my time.
Yeah, it's 5 your time. It's 6 p.m. EST. So we will be back next Sunday.
5 o'clock.
Have a good night. Read something great.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Raph.
Good night.
Good night.